from a Midwestern state, right? He needs to do well in the Midwest. If we look back at the 2020 election, 40,000 votes spread across 4 states or something like that, right? He needs to get back into the Rust Belt. He can do that through a series of fairly good conservatives, I believe, in the Midwest. I don't think it's going to be Vivek. I don't think it's going to be Nikki. And I certainly don't think it's going to be Ron, because I don't think Trump has any intention of re-registering his residency back in New York prior to the election. So the Constitution would actually forbid a Trump-DeSantis ticket as it stands now. So that's what I see. That's where I see this going. I think he would endorse Trump if he were to drop out of the race. And
all Trump has to do for that, Bradley, all Trump has to do is declare his permanent residence to be New York or New Jersey. That opens up a candidate out of any state.
100%, Doc. You're absolutely right about that, and it would be as easy as sending the letter. So I don't think he'll do that, and I don't think Ron is going to be poised to be the VP anyway. I think you're going to have someone from the outside come in, most likely, for the VP. So we like the Veep stakes. It's good content. Who doesn't like thinking about, is it going to be Kristi Noem or Nikki Haley or Vivek or Ron? That's all fun. It might be just a boring pick that is fairly popular in a Midwestern state that he needs to win. So
I mean, that's what the last guy was, right? It was just I don't think anyone was expecting Trump's last VP, whose name is fully escaping me. But guys, I just wanted to ask for you guys' assistance. Poll is in the nest. Mike Pence, you see how forgettable he is? You see how forgettable he is? I'm sorry. It might be just another forgettable guy. I don't think Trump wants another. This is the other thing. I don't think Trump wants someone to take attention away from him. Trump likes the spotlight. He's not going to put one of these Mavericks next to him. I'm sorry, not Mavericks. That's insulting. They're not Mavericks. I was trying to be nice to the other fans. But look, I don't think he's going to bring one of these guys and put him next to him. I think he's going to
bring
someone moderate.
Tucker's going to be the VP.
I think Tucker is quote unquote too cool to be right next to him. I think it'd be awesome. It'd be really, really cool to have him both in there. I mean, think about it. You have a media Goliath next to you that knows everything that's going on. It'd be a lot of fun. But guys, poll in the nest. If you guys can assist with your thoughts and your opinions, we're asking which Republican candidate should drop out. Purposely left out all the above because I knew everyone would vote for it. But Vivek is there, Nikki's there, Ron's there. Nikki has the lead with 61%, unlike what we're seeing in tonight's Iowa caucus. Nikki's in first place with 61%, Ron's in second place, and Vivek's in third place. It feels like Vivek has a lot of fans online, but Nick, back to you.
Well, no, I was just going to say, because I'm standing in an airport terminal.
Vivek put in more time online and in spaces than any other candidate.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I know one of these days, I think our ultimate goal is to get Trump in a space, but, I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. But anyway, yeah, Ryan, just wanted to see if we can get an update on the numbers. I know
Absolutely.
Right now,
so we're stuck at 38%.
Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis, neck and neck.
Yeah, Donald Trump 52.2%, Ron at 20.3%, Nikki at 19%, Vivek at 7.1%. Delegate breakdown is Trump 17, Ron 5, Nikki 5, Vivek 1. Yeah, guys, it hasn't updated in a bit. The last big update was I want to say about 10 minutes ago or so, but we haven't gotten a big update yet. But it's played out again, like you guys said. It's a race for second place.
Ryan, can I jump in real quick though?
Sure, Bradley.
10 seconds. I did text their comms director, so hopefully they get that updated.
Yeah, when you saw that last dump come in, right? Where did it come in? Came in a lot of that eastern part of the state, southeastern part of the state.
The northeast came in from the northeast was a big dump.
Northeast, a little bit in the southeast too, right? These are places where I drew the analog earlier to Ted Cruz in 2016 to DeSantis. So DeSantis ended up surpassing Nikki Haley with those numbers coming in. That upper left-hand portion of the state, you see that northwestern portion of the state, that was big Cruz country too. So you could see DeSantis separate a little bit more from Haley once we get results from that part of the state. A lot of votes still outstanding, of course, Ryan knows this, but keep your eyes on and draw analogs to these other candidates, right? Nikki Haley hoping to be something like Marco Rubio in 2016. Ron DeSantis, the Cruz voter in 2016, I feel like would be all over Ron DeSantis in 2024, right? So I think he's going to perform in areas that Cruz performed well in. And it looks like DeSantis could have a fair bit of outstanding support. Obviously, nothing that's going to make him surpass President Trump. President Trump's got this thing locked down. No worries at all about it. But this goes to, if Ron DeSantis gets to 23, 24, and Nikki drops down to 15, 14, well, then all of a sudden you're Ron DeSantis. All of a sudden everyone was saying you're going to get in third place. Nikki Haley's going to get in second. Nikki Haley has all these new expectations, and then you beat her handily, almost by 10 points. Like, do you stay in longer after Iowa? Are you able to milk some more money out of your donors? These are the questions that kind of end up shaping the way that this is going to play out, even though I think, hey,
Bradley, remember Iowa we have to remember one thing, guys, across the panel. Tonight's very exciting. It's a lot of fun. It's essentially the kickoff game to the season, right? Remember, this is only 2% of the total votes across the country, right? So there's still a lot of room for shift, change, news cycle comes and stuff goes out. So I don't know. I don't think maybe tonight might not be the best time for a candidate to drop out. It's only 40 delegates, 2% of the total delegate numbers. Again, we all know who the number one guy is, but if they're truly gunning for second place and they think second place is going to land in your VP slot, Dustin, let me go to you. Do you think it's worth it to stick around, or is it time to pack your bags, go home, and help your donors out?
Well, listen, the donors largely already withdrew from Ron several weeks ago. We saw the Coke money move to Nikki Haley. Like, that's no accident. And listen, when you go all in and you fail, right, the money dries up. So even if you want it to continue, so right, your last chance to salvage any hope of future presidential aspirations depend on you quickly getting out and throwing your support behind President Trump. And all this stuff about like the fight for who's going to be the valedictorian of summer school by finishing a distant second place in Iowa, right? It's totally and completely meaningless. When you're talking to a donor, they're not going, oh, well, you beat Nikki Haley by 2 points and you were a mile ahead of Krispy Kreme, so like, I'm going to throw you more money. They want to invest in people that have an opportunity to win, and that's the other thing. And before we kick it to Grant, because I think this will open up like a fire discussion, you know what else I see tonight as being one of the like overlooked storylines? Republican voters' complete rebuke of our government institutions and the justice system, right? Donald Trump has 93 indictments, and the Republican Party in Iowa just said, suck it. Like, we don't give a damn. We don't see you as legitimate, and President Trump's going to be our guy anyway. That's a big story.
Well, it's a big expected story, but look, the vice president, whoever is chosen, the number one rule for that person is that they can't upstage the top of the ticket. There's not one person that's in the race today who would not upstage the top of the ticket. None of them are in that race, except for Vivek, who kind of has been running for it, but not saying it. But the upstage factor, it's a big, big deal. And I mean, we're sitting here talking about Iowa, but like Iowa is Mars, New Hampshire is Venus, or maybe it's the other way around, but they're super, super different. What's going to happen in New Hampshire is that the whole playing field tilts, and it's going to tilt away from Ron DeSantis. He's got a big problem there, and an even bigger problem in South Carolina, because who are you going to vote for? Your former governor or Ron DeSantis? Again, Trump is probably going to win there most likely, but regardless, you have a situation where, there's not a path to victory for Ron DeSantis. Nobody's going to donate to him.
Guys, I'm sorry, Mario. It says you're having connectivity issues. If you're there, if you could just recenter. Mario, you're having connectivity issues. Guys, if it crashes, we apologize.